Just months earlier, in January 2025, President Emmanuel Macron had unveiled the Nouvelle Renaissance project, a sweeping modernization plan for the Louvre. 9 days before the raid, a mover who owned a truck-mounted lift received what seemed like a routine booking, a moving job arranged through Le Bon Coin, France's version of Craigslist. But when he arrived in the town of Louvre, just north of Paris, around 10 a.m. on October 10, 2 men were waiting. The job was a trap. They ambushed him, seized the lift truck, and vanished. Later that day, the company reported the vehicle missing. On the day of the operation, just after the Louvre opened its doors at 9 a.m., visitors streamed in through the main entrance. At 9:30 a.m., about roughly 170 meters away, a truck fitted with mechanical ladders eased to a stop along the pavement of the Denon wing, home to the Galerie d'Apollon, the side of the Louvre facing the Seine. By 9:31 a.m., they put traffic cones around the truck to simulate a maintenance operation, while 2 members of the 4-man crew, dressed as maintenance workers, began their ascent. Their faces hidden behind balaclavas, they climbed the extended ladder to a balcony leading to a set of double windows. You see, while a Galerie d'Apollon had beauty on its side, unlike the Salle des États, which houses the Mona Lisa, its windows are not reinforced. Around 9:32 a.m., the robbers pull out their tools, and for more than 60 seconds, the sound of grinding blends with the usual city noise. At 9:33 a.m., the Louvre's serenity shatters. The final pane gives way with a muffled pop. By 9:34 a.m., the thieves were inside. An alarm flashed in the security control room, prompting a guard to radio the command center. Intruders had breached the Galerie d'Apollon. When the masked men advanced with power tools in hand, unarmed guards retreated. At exactly 9:35 a.m., as the robbers used disc cutters to carve clean circles through the glass of 2 display cases, security officers began evacuating visitors, following strict safety protocols. Meanwhile, in the command office, the museum manager phoned the nearest police station, reporting a theft in progress and pleading for immediate response. In total, 9 pieces were stolen. By 9:36 a.m., the command center's team leader hit the emergency switch, a direct alert to Paris police headquarters. 1 minute later, a message went out to staff. All museum doors were to be sealed immediately. Around this period, the crew began their retreat, descending the platform, slipping off the facade, and mounting waiting scooters. They headed toward the Boulevard Périphérique and continued on the A6 autoroute south. But before leaving, around 9:38 a.m., they tried to set fire to the mechanical ladder truck they had used for entry. However, security officers intervened, stopping the fire before it could spread. Though the heist was a success, it wasn't flawless. Along the escape route, investigators found the damaged crown of Empress Eugenie, dropped in the rush. 2 of the thieves had also left behind vital clues, a set of tools and a high-visibility jacket. In the aftermath of the heist, the Louvre took no chances. Some of its most treasured jewels were quietly transferred to the Bank of France, now locked away in the institution's most secure vault, buried 26 meters beneath the elegant heart of Paris. On October 22nd, traces of DNA were recovered from a helmet and a glove the thieves left behind in their hasty getaway. Fast forward to October 24th, 150 trace samples of evidence had been collected from the crime scene. On the evening of October 25th, the investigation was in full motion. Specialized police units, guided by forensic evidence and hours of surveillance footage, began closing in. 2 men in their 30s, both already known to law enforcement, were arrested. One was intercepted at Charles de Gaulle Airport attempting to board a flight. The other was detained in the Paris suburbs. Both were taken into custody as the inquiry widened, and authorities continued to search for the rest of the crew. The one arrested at Charles de Gaulle Airport, his DNA matched a scooter used in the getaway.
4 days later, on October 29th, at around 9 p.m. local time, 5 more suspects were arrested. One of the 5 people arrested was directly linked to the crime scene, so 3 of the 4 alleged members of the heist team are now in custody. On November 1st, 2 more suspects were arrested, a 38-year-old woman and a man aged 37. Meanwhile, 3 of the 5 people arrested earlier have been released without charge.